My dad stole my college fund to give to my brother, so I destroyed him. Mom died when I was 13. Dad remarried. We moved in with my stepmom, Linda, and my stepbrother, Lucas, on same age as me. My father started overcompensating and became super dad to Lucas, which meant I had to be left in the dust. Over the years, it became clear that Lucas was the priority, could do no wrong, and was generally the golden boy who deserved everything. Lucas was never openly hostile towards me, but definitely enjoyed his preferential treatment. At some point, I decided it wasn't worth trying and just focused on finishing high school. I had plans that would ensure I wouldn't have to deal with my folks after graduation and just hoped things didn't get any worse. The final blow came shortly before graduation. Again, the short version. There was a college fund for me, which my dad and mom had set up before she passed. Lucas didn't have one. Guess what? Lucas got the fund instead, with my dad explaining over 40 minutes how he justified it. I wasn't really listening, but it was something about Lucas needing all our support and how they would assist me in other ways. In the end, this assistance meant that I would be allowed to stay in the family house until I figure things out. That actually worked in my favor, because I had already figured things out, but needed time to put stuff into action. What my dad seemed to have forgotten was that my mom had been an immigrant from Switzerland, and since Switzerland operated under citizenship by descent, I had inherited Swiss nationality at birth. I also spoke decent German, my mom having insisted on speaking it to me exclusively before she passed. I had started researching Switzerland and its universities when I turned 16. It was perfect. Tuition fees were a fraction of what the US charged. As a citizen, there would be no restrictions on work. The whole process took around half a year. Getting my passport, applying to my university of choice, saving up money for the first month there. It was fairly straightforward. After about 6 months, I simply walked out of my dad's house and left the key on the counter. Told him I would be leaving a week before that, which was acknowledged with a grunt and a shrug from Dad. I got over to Switzerland and started my studies. My family never contacted me. The 2 first semesters were rough, and I didn't have time to socialize, be it in real life or online. But after that, things got bearable. Accordingly, I got back in contact with my buddies back home and started posting on social media again. Posts about my life, my studies, and random stuff. Big mistake. It took my folks merely 2 days to reconnect. I will have to abbreviate. Dad and Linda were extremely upset that I hadn't informed them about my plans, insisting that Lucas could have profited from this opportunity as well. Wasn't sure what they meant by that, but whatever. They inquired why I had kept this from them, why I just disappeared, why I didn't feel bad about it, and similar stuff. At some point, I got fed up, told them that they had their lives, I had mine, and that's that. They didn't like it and decided to double down hard. First, they tried to get Lucas a Swiss citizenship as well. Didn't work because citizenship is only passed down to direct descendants. Then they tried to get Lucas to transfer to my university. Didn't work either because he didn't speak a lick of German. It was weird. These people never considered the world outside of our state to even exist and were now suddenly hyper-focused on a foreign country they knew nothing about. Meanwhile, my friends back home informed me why Dad and Linda were acting out. Lucas had apparently started living large and thus depleted the college fund within record time. Now he was hanging on by the skin of his teeth, and they thought the route I had taken would somehow solve their issues. It didn't. When they wanted to video call, I agreed. Me, Dad, and Linda were there. They started off laying out their various imaginary grievances again, talking about how Lucas deserved to profit from my opportunities as well. I got frustrated and finally lashed out, telling them that it wasn't within my power to dish out freaking opportunities. Then they dropped the final crazy bomb. They informed me that in order to support Lucas, we all had to make sacrifices. Thus, they expected me to interrupt my studies, return home, and start contributing to the family. Dad even said he would pay for my flight back. What a generous man. I almost got a brain aneurysm, but told them somewhat calmly that I was more than happy to oblige. Right after hell freezes, this resulted in them losing their cool. Dad started shouting, Linda started sobbing, and me? I ended the call, decided not to block them, but refused to take any calls. Now voicemails, texts, and emails are piling up, ranging from anger to guilt tripping to gaslighting. I am still here, still studying.